Hello everyone, welcome to Reaper Talk. Now, to explain this new format that I'm doing with the gaming videos, with the theory videos, the podcast, and now this. This is pretty much talking points. This is like say where you guys are going to see me eventually, and we're going to be face to face. Or not face to face, but pretty much you're gonna see me in the studio just talking with you. Right now, you can't see me because I have not given a tour or pretty much a reveal of the studio. I've started to get a little bit of reviews here and there, but now I'm so close to the final. That I decided not to review anymore. I might give a little bit of updates or whatnot here. I've got two things to do with the studio, and one is to get power going and trim work done. Once I have the trim work done, and once I have the all of the stuff put up and organized or whatnot and everything hooked up, I still gotta buy a couple components here and there to do game capture and stuff like that. But once I have everything in place, or basically once I have the trim work done and the power in this room, technically, I have power in this. I have the lights on in this room, Viva the extension cords, and power in this room by these two work lights that I have. The work lights are pretty much have an outlet to it, so I can hook it up to there, and I can run an extension cord to. I have two power strips. Hooked up, and they're surge protectors, just in case something goes wrong. None of my equipment get damaged. I'm trying to get comfortable here. This ain't comfortable. So once this whole talk happens, you guys are gonna see me in the studio doing different stuff. So yeah. Basically, the talking points works like this. There's certain things I want to talk about and give information out, and then I've asked you guys on Twitter, which I should have gave you a fair warning, but I gave you only a 24-hour warning, which I got plenty of questions to go through. So after I go through the stuff that I want to talk about and give my final thoughts, then I'll move to you guys' questions afterwards, the final. I appreciate you guys asking me, and there was like a lot of questions that are pretty great and good. And there's actually one, it wasn't a question, but more like a response to something I posted on Twitter that I do want to talk about too, before the questions. So bear with me on talking stuff. I'm not going to get out of line because this will be edited. Even though it's audio right now, I'm still going to edit it. I'm going to edit out stuff and look closely. I'm going to be working on it tonight. The talking points is pretty much, I record it of the night and upload it during the night, and then it will be out to the next day. It's going to be on the scheduled days of videos because really I have nothing to put as of right now because of my wife had surgery, and which it wasn't nothing serious. It was pretty much so she can have kids. Which it's fine, we have my son, and that's the only kid, that we need. So pretty much that's what's happening. And I'm gonna be coming down here certain days, Wednesdays and Thursdays, to record. And I'll be to record, and then eventually what's gonna happen is Mondays during the day I'll be recording different stuff upstairs, and then throughout the nighttime I'm recording, because most of you guys know that I have a rabbit. And he's a very social thing, and he hates when I'm gone for a long time, and you know, he's by himself in that room, and I don't want him to be by himself. I love my rabbit. His name's Gizmo. So yeah, enough of the personal stuff. Let's get right into it. And you guys are probably like, blah blah blah. Get into it, man. Come on. All right. Now, if you guys know that I am a big Metal Gear Solid fan, with the theory videos, with the supporting Konami and Robert Peeler and Metal Gear as a whole, and Hideo Kojima. Now, I do have some talking points. We're going to talk about DS, Death Stranding, and Hideo Kojima's that game, what's been going on there. And then we're going to move on to Metal Gear Survive. About said Solid. It's Metal Gear Survive. We're going to move on to that, talk a little bit about that. And then we're going to move on to two games I do want to talk about. Kingdom Hearts 2.8 and Kingdom Hearts 3. After that, I do want to talk a little bit about Final Fantasy 15. All that. I do want to talk about how they're just expanding Final Fantasy 15. But there's a couple things I do want to talk about. One thing on Twitter I've noticed, and there are a couple things on Twitter I've noticed and stuff. So yeah. All right. I'm just gonna pause it. Okay, so let's get right into it. Now, with Death Stranding coming up, or not really coming up, but with Death Stranding coming up in TGS the 18th, Kojima came out with something to talk about that. Well, there is an engine. It's been chosen for Death Stranding, and it will feature an action game of open world and some online elements. So, to me, it's like they're going for, to be honest, to be extremely honest with you guys, they're going for pretty much open world action. Sounds familiar? And they're going some online elements. Now, whatever the online element is, it's some, not a lot. So, I mean, is he going for full, like, I mean, depends on what he thinks online. Who knows with Kojima? The game will give the player a degree of freedom, and you will also be able to enjoy the story at the same time. The theme of the game is to connect, and strands will be important to the story and gameplay. Now, I don't know. To me, it's the whole, it would give player a degree of freedom, and you will also enjoy the story at the same time. To me, it sounds and would feel like Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, because that is what he basically gave Phantom Pain was, you have freedom to do the mission however you want. You can complete it however you want, stealth, action, different ways on handling options, people options, and then it says you'll be able to enjoy the story at the same time. So basically, it's kind of like the same thing. You're doing your own thing, different from everybody else, You have options. You have, you know, you can do it a different way, do it this way or that way. And then, but at the same time, you can enjoy the story because you're playing it the way you want to play it. That is what I've got out of it. And he'll be on the stage later on September the 18th. And you can ask questions for him, Kojima Productions, or Yoji. I think that's how you pronounce the name. So, and then while he was explaining the stick and rope thing, you now have 4 characters. He showed the rope. You have 4 characters, and it's like they're jump roping. Like, that's what it looks like to me. You have the rope from one end, going from one hand on one person and looping around to the other person on the other end and his other hand. And you have 4 characters. Obviously, one is Heido, one is Del Toro, one is Norman, and one on the other end is the presumable Mads. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Forgive me. I don't want to pronounce his last name. And then it's like, no, it's this. You know, it's not that at all. You know. The next is they show Norman hitting Mads. He's got 2 sticks and Mads got 1. And Norman's hitting Mads with stick in the stomach. Somebody pointed this out, though, that you have all of them, and that basically they're implying that that Norman is Solid Snake. Norman's character is Solid Snake, and that Mads' character is Gray Fox. You know, just because, which that has been applied before they released the pictures that Mads would be Gray Fox. So I don't know. It's to me at this point it's really, really, really sketchy at this point. So moving on from the sketches and stuff. He didn't really give a whole lot. That it's just they found the engine or whatever. I mean, is he going to give more detail the 18th? I don't know. It would be awesome to see another trailer, which I'm almost certain he's going to show the same trailer and the Ludens trailer. As a theorist, I've talked to many people. One person actually said that in the new Death Stranding trailer that they showed, they added more sounds. Like you have to listen real carefully. They added a couple sounds. I have no clue because I can only find the original version. I can find the original version and see if they have the version or whatever. But listen closely, I can't hear it because I'm deaf. But he swears up and down him and his sister heard it, and you know I believe him. I mean, I haven't had time to stop and listen, which I should. So, I mean, there are theories that Death Stranding is part of Metal Gear or Silent Hill or it's a standalone game. I think it was this week, there was a leak that happened, supposedly a leak. Now, before I say anything at all, that this person take it with a grain of salt. The reason why I say take it with a grain of salt is take it with a grain of salt, interpretation, what you will, whatever. There is no, like, nobody is saying this is fake and nobody is saying this is real. So, who knows what this is? This may be a fan that's I don't know, that's going off the deep end here or just doing what's necessary. But there was on Reddit post that he put on there, and he was part of the team. He was close to Del Toro, which he's called him Del Taco, which supposedly that's his nickname. I never heard of it, but pretty much he's saying, you know, given all this information about DS, Death Stranding, and he actually reveals, he sort of reveals the ending. He said he's going to reveal the ending, and then he changes his mind. Said he's going to reveal some of the ending, but what's being spoken won't, you know, he won't say. You have to play the game, which I will not reveal. I'll reveal some stuff, but not all of it. Because, for one, this is not clarified as fake yet. When it is fake, I'll let you guys know. But there's a couple things that he said that makes me think this could possibly be real, and this was way before. I don't know if this guy is watching people, you know, on Twitter or different stuff. If he's pulling all these theories, I don't know. I've just been focusing on my theories and trying to get the theory video out there and stuff like that. Now, he goes on to say that the script has already been made and so has the game plan. Now, we already know that. We already know the game is already, or it says the script has already been made. We already know that. But he says so has the game plan. So is it, I mean, so is he talking about the game has already been made or what? Now he goes on to say that, well, he's contacting actors, and he posted a picture of Norman, Mads, and 3 other characters, and then Kojima, which says we got Norman Reedus, Mads, says we got Kevin Durand, and then the next person would be Lindsay Wagner. Then later, Idris Elba. I don't know how to pronounce that. Then he goes on and saying he's trying to get Ryan Gosling, or whatever. But, you know, or come up, Goosling or whatever, and Cumberbatch. But, like I said, I don't know if this is real or not. But, says there will also be returning familiar voices, like Troy Baker, but they haven't been contacted yet. And there's also a surprise actor, which I do have a theory about that. I think the surprise actor would be Kiefer Sutherland. I don't know why. I think it's because for me, I think Death Stranding is part of Metal Gear. So there's that. Now I'm gonna go on to the points that I think is great. I mean, he does say that this is not part of Metal Gear Solid or Silent Hills, which I made it clear on Twitter. I think if this person is real, it's to throw people off. A real dev person would not spoil the end of the game. He would not spoil a major fucking plots like this. Sorry for cussing, but no. This guy is a dick if he is real. You know, no. But anyway, going on. Sorry for the yell. He's talked about basically the multiplayer being like this. This mechanic for what? For like mystery that you have to solve with somebody, and that's the rope aspect of it. To me, I'm like, what? And he said it's gonna be like PT, and I was like, what? Let me get this clear, you guys. PT was it. That was it. That was it. If you were expecting PT to be more, you know, it'd be like, oh, it's a first person horror and blah. No, it was never about that. If you watched when they explained PT, they said PT was dumbed down. It was the Fox engine, but hold it back. They dumbed it down so that you couldn't tell it was the Fox engine. And that PT was a game to hide what they were doing. So, and then in PT, to me, PT, the way PT was, the way everything was, to me, it's part of Metal Gear as well, like the trailer. So, he said something about to hide. PT was just that. That was it. You know, there was nothing going to come out of it. So that's, to me, right there, it's like, oh, you know, and it's like, as the community, you got to figure it out. And it's like, what? No. You know, once again, to me, when he says the community, you have to be the community to figure it out. It's like, what? No. No. You know, that's not how Kojima works. Sorry, no. But that's, to me, what I think it's fake. Now, the one thing I do want to validate is that he says Norman's name is Adam. And then there's the Eve. You know, Adam and Eve. One good thing about that is, to me, I think that's true. One, Kojima always used Adam and Eve in Metal Gear Solid. Especially in Metal Gear Solid 4 and 3. He's always used that Adam and Eve thing constantly. And another thing is, the guy that's making the Hideo Kojima fan book actually posted the poster of Death Stranding with Norman Reedus' character and said, "This is Adam. Who do you think Eve is going to be? You know, or who do you think Eve is?" And he actually took that down. So that kind of validates it right there, because he's actually had contact with people that worked with Kojima and Stephanie Houston. He's actually had contact with her, and he knows, if he knows stuff, if he does, he says that if I ever do know anything, I would never tell anybody. So he is giving a little bit of hints there. Okay, one cut out, you know, what I was saying. The other thing that validates this is that he goes on to saying that Norman, basically Norman's in the suit of the Ludens poster. And, you know, I don't want to give too much detail, because this, like I said, I don't know if this is true or not or whatever. Basically, the Ludens and the Ludens thing is part of Death Stranding. We all kind of figured that one. And said that he spoiled that by revealing the poster, and that, once again, his Twitter is actually at Cryptid Snake. The guy that does the fan thing actually put the Ludens poster in Norman Reedus' face from PT up close to it, and kind of like, you know, this is his eyeball. This, you know, I don't know if that's been taken down or whatever, but yeah, that's, once again, boom, that was another thing. And then I don't think he's validating on stuff, but I will put a link description below if you guys want to read it yourself. I've read it, and I don't know if this is the leak, if this is the, it's a pretty good game, but I mean, from what I see, but I don't believe some of it. I do not. I don't. So, all right. Let's move on from DS and move on to Metal Gear Survive. Metal Gear Survive. Before you guys crucify me, hang on. Just hear me out, you guys. Most of you guys don't like Metal Gear Survive, and I understand that, because it's not what you guys thought. You guys thought that, you know, oh, they're gonna give us DLC, and I did thought that at one time, before I got off track. I was actually on the right track, and I'll tell you guys that in a minute. When talking about Metal Gear Survive, the original team developers for Metal Gear Survive, or Metal Gear, the Phantom Pain will be working on Metal Gear Survive. The director hasn't been named or whatever. Whoever it is making it, it's from the original Metal Gear team. To me, that is awesome. That is awesome. To me, I do think Haido is the director. Simply because they're like, this game, Death Stranding. Oh, and the release for Death Stranding is 2018. That's what the leak is saying. So we'll see if that's a validation. After that, after I've done said my piece, Death Stranding and Survive. What's funny is both of them came out almost the same time. Ain't that kind of weird? Death Stranding was announced at E3. Later on down the road, it was Survive. Weird. But anyway, they're gonna release more information and gameplay demo and a new trailer for Survive this 17th. So I can't wait to get on that. The team has actually been working on hard. Even Robert Peeler. Usually I hop on there and say hi. He says hi, and we chat a little on Twitter. He hasn't done that lately. He tweets stuff towards the cast and stuff, so I can't wait to see what's been going on. He's been very busy, so even the Metal Gear, I've been kind of calling for the nuke numbers, and they have not showed up. I'm kind of hoping to see that. I've seen August 10th nuke numbers, but we'll get into that later. So I cannot wait. Honestly, I cannot wait to play the game. You know, I've seen the trailer. Boom, I want to play it. Because I am a Walking Dead fan. To me, it looks like Walking Dead. Walking Dead cross with Metal Gear. Oh, awesome. And not to mention, if you think about it, Haido wanted to do a true zombie game. There you have it, folks. Even though, you know, there it is. So, moving on from Metal Gear Survive. I know that was short, but there wasn't a lot of stuff to go on. Let's move on to okay. Let's move on to, I guess somebody was wanting to develop the Police Knots, but Konami responded, or something happened, and Konami responded that the rights are off the table due to someone else working with the IP. What does that mean? So somebody's working with the IP, so somebody is picking up Police Knots, either a remake or a sequel, perhaps? That is weird. He did not give a screenshot of Konami replying back or anything, so I don't know. And that is at Delco Duck, is that what it is? A Twitter handle, so if you guys check that out. Okay, that's one thing on Twitter. The other thing on Twitter that I wanted to talk about was that this guy Venom Fox, his handle is at Bayruya Fat, revealed that he made the Ludens helmet. And when he made the Ludens helmet, he put it on the Gray Fox's Cyborg Ninja body and made Ludens Spox. When he took that, Haido retweeted that. So that is weird, okay? He's barely retweeted anything he's put out, the helmet and everything, but then when he did that, he retweeted it. So to me, that was kind of weird. Weird. So yeah. Moving on. Okay, let's move on to the final games I will be talking about. Kingdom Hearts 2.8. The trailer, holy shit, dude. The trailer was badass. If I do say so myself, the trailer was dope. It was fresh. It was kicking it. Even the track was funky. It was great. I love it. The funny thing is, okay, I mean, it showed more gameplay and all that. It showed a little bit more of the story of the other one. So I'm really happy about that. But the one thing, Japanese, it's neither a worldwide release anymore. It's not a worldwide release anymore. So it is, and it's been pushed back. The Japanese version will get it January 12th. We in America will get it the 24th. Almost a whole month we have to wait. You know, that really sucks that they, because I was kind of looking forward to playing that. Which it is part of the delay of Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 15 was delayed. And I guess they want us to play Final Fantasy 15 before they play 2.8. That's reasonable enough. Alright, so I mean, it looks great. I loved it. The game and the cutscenes just look phenomenal. You actually get to see Ventus for the first time. In the Birth by Sleep thing. The gameplay of all the worlds is awesome. I can't wait. The voice acting is phenomenal in Birth by Sleep Prologue, and dude, they did awesome. And honestly, from watching this, it made me feel like a kid again, watching Kingdom Hearts 1 trailer for the first time on TV or on the demo disc, and rewatching it, and it's like, oh my god, dude. To me, it's like when I was a kid seeing that, it made me want to watch. It made me want to play Kingdom Hearts. And dude, when I played Kingdom Hearts for the first time, it was just an awesome experience. It was awesome. I loved it. The Disney worlds. I was a Disney kid. I love Disney. I still do. I still love Disney. Dude, it was just awesome. Me and my friends actually bought Kingdom Hearts and played it. I lost 1 and 2 of my original copies, but I do have the HD remasters. So I got to play Kingdom Hearts games and see Kingdom Hearts stuff that I didn't even get to. So cannot wait for 2.0. Now, and that goes into Kingdom Hearts 3, because if they pushed back the release date, and it was supposed to be for December, are they going to push back in January for information of Kingdom Hearts 3? That's what I want to know. Because there was supposed to be more information in December. Are they going to push back the information so that people will be more hyped about 2.8 and then instead of 3? Who knows? So it's just awesome. Gamers Joint did a reaction to it, and it was simply funny. He reacted to the small trailer and then the big one, and it was just funny. And it looks, and you actually get to see Mickey in the prologue, and that's awesome. Aqua looks fresh. Everything looks fucking awesome. Sorry for cussing, but yeah, I cannot wait. Now, moving on from the Kingdom Hearts thing, let's go on to the Final Fantasy 15. I didn't get to see the trailer that came out for Final Fantasy 15, but wow, I've watched the Kingsglaive, and that movie was phenomenal, dude. It took parts from, to me, it was like Spirits Within mixed with Final Fantasy 7 Event Children, and they put it together because Event Children was part of the game. Spirits Within was a standalone movie, and it had its own elements. With Event Children, you know the story, you know what happened before, you know the whole damn story, you know what's happening, and you're seeing unfold. You know these characters. Spirits Within, you don't know a damn thing about them. Kingsglaive, you know sort of what's happening, but not really. This is what was like a prequel to it. They released an anime that revolves around, I want to say Notch, but that's not his name. That's not his name. The King's boy, your main character in Final Fantasy 15. Noctis. Why did I forget that? Oh my god, I'm horrible. I'm a horrible person. Noctis. Who, you know, it has nothing to do with Noctis, really. I mean, it sort of does, but it's more towards this character, and it's simply just badass, dude. I loved every second of it. When I watched it, I loved it from start to finish. It was a good movie. They have anime, short little animes for Noctis and them before you play the game. So I mean, they're evolving a lot of the stuff around Final Fantasy 15. Is this going to be like the Final Fantasy 13 and 7, to where you have spin-offs and you have movies and short series and spin-off games and mini games and mobile games for Final Fantasy 15? That is what I want to know. I mean, it's simply just, it's like, really, really, you know, really, you know, which I guess it's a good thing. With Final Fantasy, my favorite Final Fantasy games is 9, 8, and 10. 10-2's not so much, but 10 was awesome. The older title, 7, you know, those were my favorites because the storyline was phenomenal and it lasted such a long time. Other than these other games that last so little. I cannot wait to play Final Fantasy 15. Now, I am done with the talking points. We're going to go on to the questions that I've asked you guys to ask me, and I will be answering those as soon as I find the first one, which I do think. Okay, let me go back up. Alright, first question that was asked was by at ENL Visions. Visions. It's a good friend of mine that I've been talking on Twitter. What are your thoughts on the future direction of Metal Gear series? My thoughts? The direction, they have not really taken a direction in my opinion. They have taken a step in plans that have been planted out, I do believe, with Metal Gear. But to me, it feels like they've been pretty much given a script to go on with Metal Gear, the Metal Gear franchise, and I think they are going accordingly. Because to me, a year, you cannot have this sort of game planned out in a whole year. It takes time, because you gotta find what fits, what works, concepts, and getting everything right. Just like with Death Stranding, that's been ongoing for years. There's no way that shit just fucking happened. Okay, anyway, so the direction I do think that they're going is they are pretty much what they're doing is by script. And what I mean by script is Heido did express, like I said before, Heido did express that he wanted to make a true zombie game. And this is Heido's zombie game, I do believe. This is the direction Heido wanted to go. Because with Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, there were already zombies in there. which wasn't really explained how they became zombies, but I guess I'll just deal with it. But, you know, the whole direction of the Metal Gear series is pretty much not there yet. They're not taking any direction. They're pretty much just going with the flow. As for the direction, we as a community have not finished Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain yet. And I'll elaborate that after the talking points. So I hope I answered your question in Inland Visions, so, or however you pronounce your name. So let's move on to the next question here. And that is from @Solidus_light. Games you're looking forward to this fall. I have a list of games I'm looking forward to this fall. There's games I have out that I really want to buy, that I've been spending money on. So the games that I pretty much are wanting is Gears of War 4, which I do have an Xbox One now, so I can play Gears of War. That's probably the only reason. That and Halo is the only reason why I got Xbox One. Yeah. Sorry, Microsoft fans and Xbox fans. Yeah, that's probably the only reason. Duke Nukem 3D 20th Anniversary World Tour. Yeah, I cannot wait to get that, to see what it's like. Duke Nukem has been a favorite since PlayStation 1. The remake, not so much. It was okay. I missed the old Duke Nukem. So, Rise of the Tomb Raider 20th year celebration. I've got the first Tomb Raider, it was alright. The remake, this one I hope it's better. I hope they stuck with, they need to go back to Tomb Raider and replay the damn game to get what Tomb Raider's about. It's not about being stranded and blah 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 blah. It's about exploring shit and keeping two different, not like going off a different fucking, you know, catacombs and oh my god, it's this from this era, Japan, and then you go to another, oh my god, it's this from this era, India. It's like, what? You know, it's confusing. To me, it was confusing. The Metal Gear Solid 5 definitive experience. Now, I cannot wait to get my hands on this because I really hate switching the disc. I hate playing the Phantom Pain going, I wish I could play Ground Zeroes because I like Ground Zeroes, and I have to stop it, eject it, put it in the case, take Ground Zero out, put it in the console, hit, and let it load up. With this, you could just switch it by automatic. You don't have to take the disc out. Disc is already in there. It's got 2 games with it. Boom. PlayStation VR, it's not a game, but it's part of the system. It's part of the experience. I cannot wait for PlayStation VR. I'm going to be one of those broke people that have to save up to get VR, let alone these games. So I cannot wait to get my hands on VR. My VR system will be down here in the studio because I have more room down here for the VR. So, Res Infinite. Res, dude, I loved Res because it was a pumping. I love it because it was music pumping and you're doing stuff that's musical, and it was awesome. I loved it. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I told you guys this was a list. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Because I loved Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I love Dragon Ball Z. I love every aspect of it. I've seen every movie, even the horrible Dragon Ball Evolution. Yeah. Anyway, but I love Dragon Ball Z as a whole. That, to me, is an awesome anime, and I love it. I love the games. I love Xenoverse. I haven't beat it yet, but I love Xenoverse, and I do want to play 2. Titanfall 2, dude, when this first game came out, or showed, Oh my god, it was badass. Titanfall didn't have a story. First one. It didn't really spark my interest, and at that time I didn't have Xbox One, which was exclusive to that. Titanfall 2 goes to the PS4. Holy shit, I want to play. Especially with the Titan having the AI, dude. It reminds me so much of Zone of the Enders. It's awesome. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition. I want this one. I loved Skyrim, I loved Oblivion, but I loved Skyrim even more. Well, Oblivion even more, but I liked Skyrim because Skyrim was cool. And I saw this and I want it. It's awesome. Final Fantasy 15. I want it because I'm a Final Fantasy nut and I'm gonna get it. Anyway, now another game would be up there, Kingdom Hearts 2.8, but since it got pushed back to next year, January 24th, it's not a fall game, it's not a winter game, but yeah. Those are the games that I've been wanting to play and I cannot get my hands on and play. So, I hope that answers your question. Solidus, or at Solidus_light. Let's move on to the next question. At CreeVTvids, yeah, or the name whatever. The Definite Edition has been released and there's no chapters. And episode 51 are canceled. Do you believe in chapter 3? This is the reason why I said I will go on that later. Your question, Definitive Edition is pretty much... Okay, for one, you got that wrong. Sorry. I have to correct you on that. It's not edition, it's experience. They pretty much do that. But technically it's an edition. They just made it kind of a fancy term. But that's pretty much, you get everything that you paid for right now, but in a small bundle. Don't you want that? I mean, it's like, no, I don't want that. I want chapter 3. Listen to me. Robert Peeler, whoa, crap, okay. Robert Peeler has said, it has the same parameters. Somebody said it doesn't have chapter 3. It has the same parameters of nuclear disarmament. So after nuclear disarmament, you get chapter 3, you get more chapters. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain has 5 damn chapters. It has 5 chapters, you guys. Come on, get with the program. We're not even halfway through the game yet. We're still on chapter 2. Argue with me and tell me not. Have you been there after nuclear disarmament? No, because nuclear disarmament hasn't happened. So don't argue with me and tell me it's not there, because you don't know either. Okay, I know because of the hints, because that's what I feel. After nuclear disarmament, duh, peace, that would make sense. And then the other chapters, and then boom. That's what makes sense through the game. That's the link. That is why Hideo Kojima has said, look, I'm afraid no one's going to finish the game. I'm afraid nobody's going to finish the Phantom Pain. That is why. And if you argue with me and tell me, well, it says 100% so we completed the game. Actually, if you play it and get to a certain percent on chapter 1, when you start chapter 2, that percent goes back down a little bit. So no, that 100% could go back down to 50 if it wanted to. So honestly, if you feel strongly disagree with me, comment in the comment below, tweet me, tell me that I'm a moron, I don't know what I'm talking about, because then I'll fire back, you don't know what you're talking about, because have you got chapter 3 yet? I didn't think so. Honestly, here's a bet you guys, okay? I'm going off the deep end here because I'm getting kind of upset that people are like, oh, chapter 3 is in the damn game. So it's 2 more chapters. Chapter 4 and 5. 5 is the epilogue. Outer Heaven. Boom. Sorry. Okay. If we get to nuclear disarmament. Okay. I'm getting Robert Peeler on this one. If we get to nuclear disarmament, Robert Peeler will stuff a bandana down my throat. Or stuff it in my mouth. And I will chew on the bandana. and then we can take a little piece of it, so it don't hurt me or kill me, and I will eat the small piece of bandana. Or something horrible in that sense. It's not like sexually or anything like that. Please no. So, like I said, get to nuclear disarmament. After that, then you can tell me I'm a liar. But I guarantee you're gonna sit there and go to me and say, look, Reaper, sorry man. You're right, man. Oh dude, you're right. You're right. We're not even done with the game. Anyway, let's move on. I've got 3 more questions, and they're by the same person, by Zach from Wacko Zach Reviews. Thoughts on Spirited ABO's YouTube hiatus? Now, if you guys don't know who Spirited ABO is, he's a good friend that I met through here, and there's a lot of stuff that's been thrown at him lately, and you know, he's gotten kind of like he didn't want to do YouTube anymore and stuff like that. So I've been like, you know, with my wife and the surgery, I've been kind of caught up in that, and I really didn't know, and I didn't get there fast enough to see what's going on, and that really sucks. His hiatus, it makes sense because he's been down in the hole, and Spirited ABO, if you're watching this, dude, come on, you know, you can do this, rest, dude, do whatever you need to do, and get back to YouTube, man. We miss y'all, you know, I miss you on the podcast, man. So that is my thoughts. It's mind blowing, but I think he needs time to figure out what's going on. Have I watched Wadamote yet? If not, go watch it. I'll check it out. I don't know what the hell that is, but I'll go check it out. I'll go check it out. I'll go watch it. Thoughts on South Park coming back? Will you watch it? Have you caught up to season 17? No, I haven't. Or yes, I'll probably watch it. And no, I haven't caught up to season 19. I've been way behind on South Park. With everything going on, once I get everything settled with the studio, I'll be able to watch stuff as I make and edit videos. So there's your answer. Yes, I'll probably watch it and stuff like that. So that is the questions, and those are very good questions, you guys. That was awesome. I loved it. That was very good questions. As for Cree VTVs, sorry to go off like that, but you know, 51, I really didn't give 2 shits about. The reason why is because it was just about Eli, and it's like, okay, then they got Philanthropist. What are they gonna do with Philanthropist? What are they gonna do with Mantis? What are they gonna do with Eastside? I still don't know. Come on, they take off floating and go to New York. What the hell? I mean, really? You want that? You still don't know what happens to Eli and them. Oh, they grow up because it's like, no, dude, you don't get the point. Anyway, good questions. Thank you guys so much for participating in this. Hopefully, I'll do another Reaper talk probably after TGS, and I'll do more in advance. But yeah, it was awesome. Thank you guys for participating in this. The nuke numbers I do want to give out since August 10th. I know that's old, but yeah. PS4, 1,533, PS3, 589, Xbox One, 301, Xbox 360, 197, Steam, 7,633. Wow. Xbox One, I know that we're up there, and now they went down. So kudos to Xbox. The PlayStation owners, what the really? Come on, guys, nuclear disarmament. We'll get the other chapters unlocked. Wow, this has been awesome. Talking answering questions and stuff like that. But once I get the reveal and tour of the studio, then I will eventually do Reaper Talk. You guys will see me and stuff like that. I will actually do, once the studio gets revealed, I'll do reaction videos and stuff like that. I can't wait to do that, dude. So thank you guys for watching this. And as always, please guys, have a good day. Chapter 3, after nuclear disarmament, let's disarm the damn mooks. Disarm the mooks. Yeah. I sound like a crazy person. Let's disarm the nukes and get to chapter 3. Okay? Tell me I'm wrong. Because we're not there yet. But when we get there, tell me if I'm right or wrong. Tell me there ain't no more chapters. Because there is. Tell me DS is not part of Metal Gear. Because it could be. We just don't know yet. Everything will be revealed in good time. But guys, come on. This is the Reaper. And I hope you guys enjoyed Reaper Talk. If you guys want more Reaper Talk, want the format that I've been talking about, please let me know in the comments below. Tweet me and tell me you want Reaper Talk. Go to Spreadshirt for my t-shirts that I have. I will put up more stuff, and eventually that I will buy the shirts to show you guys the shirts. I actually want to buy my own shirts, dude. I can't wait. It would help me tremendously. If you guys want to know codes to get stuff or whatever, I'll put codes out on Twitter and the dates that you can use them. So thank you guys for watching and listening, kinda. And I will see you guys next time on the Reaper Talk. Reaper out.